seriously struck by the poor plight of Indian women in comparison with the women of Europe and America. And by his far insight, he could understand that it is the suppression of Indian women that is the main cause behind India's downfall. So if India has to rise again, it is only possible by the awakening of Indian woman power. But Swamiji found that at that time, there was none to take up the work for the upliftment of Indian women on the lines of the ideas of Swami Vivekananda. That's why he had to give the clarion call to his English disciple Margaret Noble to come to India and work in this field of women empowerment and education. Sister Nivedita came to India, and as soon as she asked Swamiji, what actually I have to do, how I have to work, Swamiji says, you have to stand on your own feet. You have to be independent and not be under the wings of anybody else. This is the first lesson that all of us, especially our sisters, have to learn from Nivedita. To stand on one's own feet and be independent in life. Today in modern, independent India, free India, we have the best possible education and the opportunity and freedom to work according to one's choice. So all of us have to give equal opportunity to our girl child, to our all sisters to have the best education, the best qualification, and to work according to their choice, according to their aptitude. And secondly, Sister Nivedita was basically a spiritual aspirant. So Swamiji made it clear to her that it is not the work alone, but your attitude behind it that is most important. Even if your work fails, even if you do not get success, even if your work gets lost, what is more important is your spiritual growth, the unselfish attitude that you develop in this process of working for women. And all of us know that Sister Nivedita succeeded greatly in her efforts. In the course of her life, she became so unselfish and so sacrificing that she has now become an ideal for all of us. Swami Vivekananda writes from America to his brother disciple, it is Shakti that is required for the regeneration of the world. Without Shakti, nothing can be achieved. Why is India the weakest and the backward of all countries? It is because the Shakti is held in dishonor here. What I find in America and Europe, it is the worship of Shakti, it is the worship of power. But they ignorantly worship her by sense gratification. Imagine then what great can be achieved by those who will worship her in the most pure spirit, looking upon them as their own mother. The advent of Shri Ma Sharda Devi and Sister Nivedita on the Indian scene in the beginning of 20th century marks the awakening of this Shakti in India and making them the nucleus. Again, the great women like Gargis, Maitreyis will be born in India, and once again, India will rise to its great glory of the past. We are very thankful to all of you who have assembled here to attend this youth convention. On the behalf of Ramakrishna Mutt in general and Advaita Ashrama in particular, I convey my heartfelt thanks, especially to our students who have prepared so hard for this competition, for this extempore speech competition. It doesn't matter whether you have gained some special prize or not. The main thing is to participate and to come here to get these ideas, new ideas that are life-inspiring is itself the greatest prize. My heartfelt thanks to revered Swami Shastrajnanandi Maharaj Principal Ramakrishna Mission Vidya Mandira Belur for giving us his valuable time and sharing with us the thought-provoking ideas in the life and works of Sister Nivedita. We hope that Maharaj will come many more times and bless us and guide us for this by his vast experience in the field of education and the molding of modern youth. Thank you, Maharaj. And our hearts are, our